Hello, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent Nikken consultant. And this is one of more than a dozen live calls that independent Nikken consultants present to share their products and their experiences. And also we have calls related to more detail about the technologies and also about building the business and leadership as well. We have wonderful calls. So whoever sent you to this call, please follow up with more calls and more stories. And if you're interested in building a Nikken income, we have calls about that too. So I'm going to start by sharing a short PowerPoint here. There we go. It's about discovering active wellness. And why is that not a little bigger? Here, we'll get it bigger. I discovered Nikken over 19 years ago. It was August in 1997, and I was so excited about it, and still am even more excited, because it gave products that helped restore the body to natural energy without going to medical solutions. And I was all about natural living. I've been teaching natural nutrition for over 20 years already then, and had a family counseling practice helping people learn how to live healthy lives, and it really helped their kids deal with all kinds of stresses of modern childhood. Just having a good environment. So, see if I can mute.
To eat, all your calories.
Let's see. Hello. Did you mute yourselves? Let's see.
Water you need. It's a really good app.
Okay. Get back to the sharing. I just had to mute the, some people were talking in the background. So what I was teaching in the family counseling context was the importance of daily choices. And this is a major focus in health. Lifestyle choices. And it's not about big choices that you decide just to join a fitness club in January or lose 30 pounds. It's about the choices you make every day that determine how things come out. And Humans Being More is the motto of the company ever since the start in the 70s. And it's about building people and building it through their health, mental and physical health, with the amazing technologies that Nikken has. And if we make poor lifestyle choices, we end up being humans under stress. And back in the early 70s, at the same time Nikken was getting started in Japan, I was investigating natural health because I wanted to keep my husband and my children as healthy as possible, as long as possible. So that's why I studied nutrition. I actually studied it while I was practicing law. And I left law to help families stay healthy. So when I found Nikken, it was a whole nother dimension to wellness in addition to nutrition. And that got me very excited. Our health situation is critical. 20 years ago, it wasn't good, and now it's worse. The stress is higher. The recession's been a problem. People are losing jobs. They're working 2 or 3 jobs. The pollution has gotten way worse. We've tried to clean our air and clean our water and had some success, but there's more and more chemicals going into our air and water and our food every year. And the government, the regulators cannot keep up. Stress is the silent killer. All the authorities have said that heart disease, diabetes, and stroke and cancer are all related to stress. And the things that don't kill us but destroy our quality of life, like fatigue, depression, anxiety, allergies, weight problems, sleep problems, are also all related to stress. So what can we do about stress? Well, we have a solution with Nikken. Sleep. 70% of people say they have sleep issues within 6 months, and one poor night's sleep, we now know, drops your immune system by 30 to 60%. So if you're losing sleep, you're going to get more colds, more flus, more likely. You're going to feel like you're dragging around. Air and water are in the news every day. Outdoor air, if you're anywhere near the winds coming from the west in America, you're going to get chemicals in your air. It's more acidic than it used to be when it rains. And our indoor air is even worse because we have so many household chemicals in most homes that accumulate inside the house because we closed up our houses in the 70s and to save on heating and cooling expense, and that concentrates all the things that are being emitted by our furniture, by our carpets, by our curtains, and by our cleansers, our personal care products, even the things we use in our shower and our cleaning our clothes and drying them. Water contaminants are epidemic. 24,000 chemicals have been found in bottled water. Tap water has been shown to show many hundreds of contaminants. And of course, the Flint, Michigan debacle has caused cities to admit they have very high lead in their water. So what can we do when sleep, air, water is affecting our health? And our kids are the ones that suffer. Unfortunately, they are growing fast, they are closer to the ground, and they suffer the most. 1 out of every 5 adolescents is obese, and 30% are overweight. We know that they're getting less than the proper nutrition that is necessary, and there's increased risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and diabetes in earlier and earlier ages. Less than half of adolescents eat the needed amount of vegetables. Low-income families, of course, suffer way worse. They don't get the health supervision. They are often in food deserts where there's no fresh produce and quality food, and of course have more stress in their lifestyle. So anxiety, depression, and weight-promoting foods all cause problems. Only 27% of high school children are getting the right amount of activity and also enough rest. So our kids, this is completely unacceptable in the richest country in the world. So what is the answer? It's be healthy by choice. By chance, as I hope I've shown, it's not a good chance. But by choice, if you choose active wellness, you can prevent most problems. Active wellness is an active process through which people become aware, that's learning, and make choices towards a more successful existence. So humans being more is the answer. And Nikken, starting 40 years ago, adopted the idea of total wellness, active wellness, and a holistic approach to life. From the very beginning, they had a philosophy of happiness and health, which includes healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And I fell in love with this because when my husband and I chose to focus on family and health rather than our legal careers, we thought we'd basically given up the high-power, high-paying legal jobs. But Nikken brought that back, where we could actually, by helping other people and helping ourselves, we could build as big an income as we wished. But we're focusing on the products here. So Nikken developed the idea of the Nikken Wellness Home. And once they had the sleep system and the water and a line of fantastic nutritionals, then they developed air system and light, so they actually could create the whole environment for your house, what I call the ultimate wellness environment. And when the family comes home into an environment that really supports their health, everything goes better. The kids think better. They remember their lessons better. They They make better food choices, and nobody's as grumpy as they were when they weren't getting a sleep, or they were drinking acidified, contaminated water, or they weren't getting the vitamins and minerals they needed, or they were in bad light just from TVs and video screens, and air, the air pollution. If you can suck those chemicals out of the air, it makes all the difference. So this is a picture of our three main categories of products: nutrition and skincare, environment, rest and relaxation. And like I said, there are other calls that go into more detail, but I'm just going to pick a few of my favorites. If you're watching the video, you see the osteodens, which is developed by a world famous microbiologist. And this is a substance that replicates what nature uses in mother's milk to develop healthy bones. And we have it in our systems, but it's produced less and less as we age, and it helps move minerals in and out of the bones just the way nature intended. So you don't have to use the more dangerous medications that tend to kind of stop the movement of minerals in and out and cause many, many side effects. The other, the jar you see there is the finest fruit, exotic.
Randy, we don't see anything, but we see you. We don't see any slides.
Oh,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we don't see any slides. We're seeing you. Yes.
There's that. Oh, let me try again.
I see them.
You do?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, go ahead. I don't have them, but that's fine then.
Okay, let's see. I'll move along.
Now I see them.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Okay.
Good. So the Siaga, it affects all the basic organs because it's high in antioxidants and all the wonderful things you look to exotic fruits for. But what I like best about it is there's no nasty stuff in it. There's no water added, no sugar, no sweetener, no preservatives, no colorings. It's just the juice, and it tastes fantastic. Just an ounce a day will give you your antioxidants and a number of your fruit servings. Our skincare is eco-certified, as organic as possible, based on sea minerals, which is what our skin and our interior need, and protects our skin from the environment, the negative parts of the environment. Then in our environment, we have water, air, and light, and a shower system that filters the air, the water. A water system was developed in Asia about 25 years ago. It does everything that nature does to purify water. Not only does it have a multi-stage carbon filter, but then it adds back the alkalizing minerals and alkalizes down to 8.5 or 9.5. And more people are realizing how important it is to have real quality alkaline water in their systems. And then it goes through a magnetic frame that destructures it. So it's in that very easy bioavailable form that water right out of a mountain stream is. And the shower system does the same thing, that funny little gizmo if you were looking at the picture. The air system is out of stock right now, but it's going to come back soon, and it does 5 different stages to cleanse the air, and it produces the beneficial ions that are missing in our interior environments. And the light it doesn't flicker, it's an LED.
Close. Wait. I want to check your.
And hello, if you can mute yourself in the lower left, I'd appreciate it. And it produces the wonderful beneficial ions. Let's see if I can mute everybody. Okay. The rest and relaxation is actually the signature startup technologies from Nikken. They're the world's leader in development of consumer products based on earth magnetism. And if you're looking at the picture, you see the insoles. I have them in my shoes right now. They restore the body to the natural energy as if we were walking on the ground instead of on asphalt and concrete indoors. We're on concrete basements most of the time. And now we're surrounded with Wi-Fi and electric energy, which is all unnatural to living systems. And in 40 years, we've shown by studies as well as personal experience that you feel more relaxed. It helps with that awful buildup of stress. The body does not build up stress because we're in that natural field and the body can handle the stress better. Now we sleep on a sleep system that Nikken developed based on magnetics, and then it's all natural, sustainably grown latex, and the comforter has also the magnetics and far infrared energy, which I haven't even mentioned, but please go to one of the other calls about the specific technologies, and an ergonomically designed pillow that is magnetic, and cushions and supports in ideal way. And the little square there is one of our most popular daytime products, which is for designed for the lower back, but you can actually put it on any area of stress. The lower back, the upper back. I have singers that put it in their bra straps behind their chest. It increases their lung function, and you can put it on your chest for any kind of breathing or asthmatics, put it on your tummy for any kind of cramps or indigestion. Absolutely phenomenal. So now I'm going to stop the share and go to Elaine. Let's see, Elaine, can you unmute? I'll unmute you. There you go. And your picture should come up. Let's see, where are you? I think, so this is my guest, Elaine Matthews, and there she is. And she's
Hello.
your friend that we met in Nikken years ago, and we're both from Pennsylvania, but she's way further west. And so, Elaine, I know we talked a lot about all the great effects, and in fact you told the story about your mom in our book, Mothers Losing Mothers. But I'd love you to just start with your experience with having asthma from car exhaust, right? That was a big part of it?
Yes. I worked on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and I could hardly breathe anymore. The fumes from the cars and trucks and all the dust and dirt. I had chronic sinuses. It went to my lungs, and I ended up with bronchoasthma. And for 6 months, I was taking all kinds of medications, 8 of them, in fact, and I wasn't getting better. And they didn't know what to do with me. My family doctor said, "I'm afraid you're going to have to quit your job." He said, "It's an environmental thing for you. You just can't handle it." He said, I don't know what else to do for you." And I turned to this company. I had used a few of the products for my ankle and my back and got great relief. So I thought, I went and I met a few people that had asthma and breathing problems, and they told me about putting that back flex on my chest, like you were just stating. So I put one, I had a dicky, and I put one in the front and one in the back, and I went to work every day. Every night I worked night shift with this on. And it really, oh my goodness, that, and I invested in the sleep system. And of course, I knew I needed to drink more water. This was 1998. They didn't have a whole lot of products back then, but they did have the sleep system and the back magnet. And oh my goodness, in 3 months, I was off 7 of my 8 medications. I kept my inhaler just in case, because you never know with the fumes and life what can happen. But today, I hardly ever use my inhaler. I have my necklace on, and I have my little power chip on, and it just really helps. It's right there at my lungs, and I feel I breathe very, very well. Sometimes the humidity can get to me, but with air conditioning, it works. Everything works real fine. So I'm tickled pink with what it did for me, but then it went on and helped my mother. And that was when I got really excited.
Yeah, it's when you help someone that you really care about and family members, it's a whole nother story. So yeah, if you can share what it meant to you and your mom.
Yeah, my mom at 86 had to have back surgery, and it was compressed nerves in 4 or 5 levels. So she had surgery at Reading, Pennsylvania, at the hospital there. a neurosurgeon. In fact, he did my fusion on my neck, so I've had a lot of injuries. So he worked on my mom. Afterwards, she had what you call drop foot. Her feet just dangled and hung. And I'm not making any kind of medical claims here. I'm just stating a fact of what this did for my mom and how it impressed upon me, that I need to help other people. I need to share some of this with others. But my mom couldn't walk anymore. Now, she was driving a car. She was super active. I couldn't keep up with her most of the time because, she was a go-getter. Let's put it that way. And so we used the products. She went into a nursing home, and I took the sleep system. I took everything she had, the water system. We gave her everything we possibly could. And the power mag, which is a spinning ball, I put it at her tailbone, left it run. And, well, 2 months later, she walked out of the nursing home. Her feet were straight, and she was walking, and she was 86 years old. She came back, and she lived to be 91, and she walked up until a few months before she passed away. Now, to see that happen for my mom, wow. I mean, to see her walk again and live life. I mean, we went to Texas to her son. We went to California to her brother and his family. We traveled. And when she was 87, 88, we traveled and we did things. And it was just amazing. And, she walked with, usually she took a walker along when we traveled, but around the house, she just walked up, holding onto the furniture. And after a while, she got good enough. She didn't even have to do that in the house. But, it was just amazing, for me to experience that and see my mom live such a quality of life up until she was 91. And in fact, the nurses would ask her, do you want something for pain? How are you feeling? I have no pain. Now, I had her on the sleep system at the nursing home when she was 91. I had the air there. I had the water there. I had everything. I had a wellness room. And people would walk in and they'd say, wow, there's something different in this room. This really feels good in here. And they sit down and they sit there for a while and they say, I can't believe how good I feel. And I used to have the mag duos with me, and I'd roll different people and work with people, the best I could. And it was very impressive what happened for my mom. And my goal and my joy in life is to just share with people and help people. We've been given such a gift, and we need to hand it to other people and share with people. And what they choose to do with it is up to them. But I feel they deserve to know.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for your story. That I have another woman in California who's doing the same thing. Has the products in her mother's. When she gets into the rehab, she's got the stuff for her, and she's not feeling any pain. She's cantankerous like they can get. And my mom loved the products too. And it's so wonderful that you can make those last year's quality of life, because that's one of the biggest problems today. We have so many elderly and whose quality of life is really deteriorating, and the number of drugs they're on is really astonishing, and they get all kinds of side effects. So if we can make them comfortable and get them off a few drugs, maybe because things are working better in the natural environment of Nikken's technologies, it's such a treat. So I see you have a guest there, so I want to say Angie, there she is, because I've seen half her face most of the time. So hi, Angie. So I hope you're enjoying this, and we really encourage new people to get on these calls and really explore and hear the stories, because something will catch your imagination if you have somebody in your family or a friend. A lot of young people are getting involved because they don't ever want to be on all those drugs and be hurting and have their joints all inflamed, and we're seeing great results, especially for athletes. And you may have noticed watching the Olympics that a lot of the athletes had the tape on. And Nikken has a wonderful new tape that has not only the tape effect of the kinesiological tape, but has the far infrared energy and puts out the beneficial ions. So it actually relaxes the tissues. So, hi, Angie. I wanted to get back to Elaine. What's your favorite thing right now? What can you tell a client story or something you're using yourself?
Well, Angie here has the inserts. She comes over and helps me with the computer, and we've been bartering. She wants some of the products, you know?
Oh.
So you have the inserts, right? She uses the inserts and different things that she's gotten. I know she likes the inserts. I met her. She's a waitress. And I met her when I went to where she works, and we got talking, and she lost a lot of weight, and she walks a lot, and she wants to get better and healthier. And, you know, are you engaged? Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's engaged now.
Wow.
And, you know, she's just so, she's a beautiful young lady.
I can tell that.
That's the future of her. And she has a associate degree in engineering?
Yes.
In engineering. And, you know, she'd like to go back to school, you know, but right now she's working to get more money, to do more things, of course, just like the rest of us. So with Angie, you know, as a waitress, I started with the inserts. And I'm doing that program with Dave Stolzfus of getting 2 out a week of the inserts to people. And I love it. I just love meeting new people. I was in Goodwill the other day, and this lady was there, and I just shared. I asked her how her feet feel at the end of the day, and she says, "Oh, my feet hurt so bad on this concrete." And I said, "Really?" And I just left her talk, and I said, "You know, I understand, because I worked on the turnpike, and I know how my feet felt on that concrete. And, you know, I have something here." I said, "You know, would you like to use it for a week?" I said, I'm giving it out to people for a week to see what they think. I said, "You try before you buy." And she said, "Wow, you mean I can try them?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I need your name and phone number and address." Well, she started just telling me, you know. And then a lady came behind me in line, you know, and I said, "Look, I'll talk to you in a little bit." And I just moved on and got myself together. And when she had no customers, I came back to her, and she gave me her information. I gave her and put the ladies right in her shoes. They fit. I'm anxiously awaiting to hear from her. I haven't got a hold of her yet, but we're going to run into each other on Friday or Saturday at Goodwill if I don't get the hold of her by phone before. So that's how easy I keep it now. And I don't do much, you know. I gave her a paper that explained a little bit about it that they've made up, thanking them for trying our inserts. My name's on my phone number, and different things are on that little paper. So that's what I've been doing. And, you know, I think I made it too complicated. I got into Nikken in 1997, I think the year you got in.
Yes.
And I think we made this way too complicated. I think we got to go and keep it simple. And just with our heart, reach out and help people.
Thank you. That's so true. Yeah,
Okay.
we could talk forever, but I think I better wind up. It really is true. Nikken started just with the insoles. In the first 4 years, they became the fastest growing company in the whole history of Japan. And that it changes people. You get that energy coming up just like you're walking in the woods. It makes a huge difference. So thank you so much, Elaine and Angie. And I'm just going to finish up this slideshow if I can. Let's see. Here we go.
Thank you, Randy and ladies. That was really awesome.
Oh,
Randy, do you have it recorded? Do you have it recorded so we can share this?
Yeah, definitely. So we've shared the personal experiences, and yeah, it will be on my YouTube channel.
How do I get to your YouTube channel?
Just go to YouTube, Randy Rolfe, and I have a playlist for my Nikken product showcases. So I urge you all just become a customer. Start anywhere. The insoles, the water, the sleep system, the back flex, the little magnet duo. Just start anywhere. Once you fall in love with the products and you want to share them, Nikken pays you very well to share too, because it's all done through word of mouth and your friends on the internet, social media. Nikken does over $1 billion business in 20 countries, and it's so much fun changing people's lives with something that can't hurt them. I'm the daughter of a doctor, and he always said the Hippocratic Oath says, first do no harm, and that's what we're doing. So thank you for being on the call. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to stop the slides now, and I'll be on for another minute or two if anybody has any questions. But yeah, use the recording, share it with others. Elaine's story was great, and there's so many good stories on these product showcases. So thank you.